Today, a new Nirvana controversy that's gonna make a lot of fans mad. Plus, open in the mail and record of the week. I'll give you a hint. It involves Led Zeppelin. Okay, it is Led Zeppelin. All that and more coming up on Friday Night Vinyl. Hi, my name is Frank. It is Friday. That means it's time to kick back, relax, and talk music. Let's kick things off with Record of the Week. So, believe it or not, November 8th was the 50th anniversary of Led Zeppelin's quintessential album, in some ways, Led Zeppelin 4. This week's Record of the Week is not Led Zeppelin 4, but it is related. This is a Soviet album called Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven. It was released in 1988 on Melodia Records, and obviously you can see the front there. It's got Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven in both English and in Russian, and on the back it has a bunch of liner notes, and the track listing for this record is actually fairly interesting. It consists of songs from both Led Zeppelin 3 and Led Zeppelin 4, including the Immigrant Song, Gallows Pole, Since I've Been Loving You, Black Dog, When the Levee Breaks, Rock and Roll, and of course Stairway to Heaven. I really like these later Soviet era records. To me, they're almost historical artifacts. As I said, this one came out in 1988. This is getting close to the end of the Soviet Union, close to the end of communism. That Western influence was really starting to seep in, and you started to get stuff like this. Now, this record is not an official release per se. I guess it's gray market. I'm really not sure what permissions they got before they put this out, but nonetheless, a cool record. Here is the label, again on Melodia. And Melodia was a state-owned record label. It's still around today, believe it or not. And you'll notice this album is number 6. There was a whole series of these featuring popular bands. I have compilations in this series from the Rolling Stones, Deep Purple, and others. So, to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Led Zeppelin 4, this week's Record of the Week, something called Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven, straight out of the Soviet Union. All right, I want to talk Nirvana, and specifically the 30th anniversary reissue of their big album, Nevermind, which in many ways changed the entire direction that rock music took in the 1990s. And of course, this is one of the biggest selling albums of all time. But have you heard some of the controversy around this 30th anniversary reissue? Before I get to that, I want to tell you a little bit about this pressing. According to the record label, this release commemorates the 30th anniversary of Nirvana's seminal 1991 release. Nevermind has been newly remastered from the original analog tapes. The 1 LP version has been expanded to a premium tip-on gatefold jacket for the first time, and it includes a brand new 7-inch vinyl. So I know there was a lot of excitement about this release. There's also a super deluxe version of Nevermind coming out, but don't get me started on the super deluxe. There have been so many of these box sets coming out from so many labels and so many different bands. I am starting to get super deluxe box set fatigue. But that's not what this video is about. We're talking about the regular release of this album. If you go to Nirvana's website, the pre-orders for this album are completely sold out. It comes out today. But there's a really interesting video posted this week from Mike at the In Groove, which is a record store in Arizona. And this is where the controversy is. This is where the issue is. And I'm going to tell you what it is, and you kind of judge for yourself as to what is going on here. Anyway, Mike from the In Groove said he ordered 500 or 600 copies of this record for his store. So it must be a big store, obviously, to sell in his store. And he ordered it from like 4 or 5 distributors. But of all of those he ordered, he's been told he's probably only going to get about a dozen copies. A dozen copies. Let that sink in. He ordered 600. He is getting 12. And he was advised, and he outlines this in his video, he says the record label forgot to advise record stores that this was actually a limited edition release. Everyone thought this was going to be a regular on-the-shelf release, and now they are saying that this is a limited edition release. Do you believe that? I don't know what is going on here. In his video, Mike says that this is going to be extremely allocated and heavily limited. He says there was a mistake initially up front, and they were supposed to advertise this as limited edition, but they never did. Now, interestingly, JC from the Flipside YouTube channel had an interesting take on this, and he is asking whether this was being done purposefully, like whether the record label got everyone excited about the anniversary, the really cool, really well done, apparently reissue of Nevermind, only to say, okay, we don't have any of these cheap ones left, but look what we do have. We have the super deluxe version that's only $260 or $300. So, okay, I know you're excited about the single LP release. It's gone. Don't worry about that. But instead, check out this $300 box set. I mean, how ridiculous if it's true. I mean, whether that is the way it was played out, whether that was intentional, who knows. But what a weird release. Like, this was so heavily hyped, and all of a sudden they pull the rug under everyone and say this is all of a sudden super limited edition. Like, I mean, by the sounds of it, this is more of a limited edition release than any record store day release. Or is it the fact, I mean, last week we talked about Adele's record ordering 500,000 copies. Has that disrupted the supply chain and pressing plants so severely that even albums like Nirvana's Nevermind are in such limited quantities? I don't know. I mean, pardon my language, this was a real cluster. All this said, after I read all this and after I saw all this, I got kind of curious. I went over to Amazon, Amazon.ca, and I saw that they are still accepting pre-orders for Nevermind. So out of curiosity, I pre-ordered it through Amazon, and we will see what happens, whether I get this and whether this album is actually as limited as everyone says. I'm not sure if we'll ever know what happened, but again, this is another example of how crazy things are becoming with record collecting, right? Like, we keep hearing these stories week in and week out, and you know, it's getting to the point where it's tiring, and it's kind of making record collecting not as much fun as it was before. I know it's kind of sacrilege to say, I mean, I'm a huge record collector, I'm going to keep on doing this, but these kind of stories are super frustrating. I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Finally, I got this package in the mail. This came in to the P.O. box. My wife went down to the post office today, and she picked it up for me. So check out some of the stickers on here. I think that's very cool. And I don't know what this is. It comes from Abe Gussman in San Diego, California. So Abe, thank you very much for sending this over. Oh, I totally missed it. There's even more stickers on this side. Okay, the note. I can't make out that word. My hun? Well, my son. Okay, I read that wrong. It says, my son and I love your videos. Thank you very much, Abe. They are very entertaining and informative. My son is 8. How cool is that? His name is River. Hello, River. Thank you for watching my videos. He can't get enough of the 33 RPM jingle. I love it. I hope you enjoy the contents inside. Thank you for your contribution to the vinyl community. Signed, Abe and River. Absolutely, Abe. I always love it when I hear about I love it when I hear anyone watching my videos. I mean, how crazy is that we live in a day and age where I can sit here in my basement in the music room and speak to a camera and upload it to the internet and people around the world see it. That's super cool. But beyond that, when kids watch my videos, I absolutely love that. I mean, we have to pass our knowledge on to the next generation, right? So thank you very, very much. Here is a, okay, it says record store day. Okay, check this out. Prince. Focus camera. Focus. I do love Prince. And this is a record store day release. The Versace Experience Prelude to Gold reissue of rare limited release 1995 cassette. The Gold Experience will be freed on September 12th. Special thanks to Versace. Welcome. Okay. This is great. I love it. I do collect tapes. I do collect cassettes. And I got my tape player there. I got tapes over here. I listen to them quite often. And I have never gotten a record store day cassette. So Abe and River, thank you. That is fantastic. And what do... Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa! This is so freaking cool. Iggy Pop. I am seriously lacking in my Iggy Pop collection, and this is a 7-inch box set. Give me some skin. Now, Iggy Pop, I think, is one of those artists that, for whatever reason, is not has not been fully appreciated, and really doesn't get the recognition I don't think that he deserves. This is a really nice box set. So there's the cover. You open it up, there's a patch there. Iggy Pop, give me some skin. What is this? Oh, very cool. Got an Iggy Pop 45 adapter. This is well done. Here's an Iggy Pop booklet. So, there you go. Very nice. And here are, this is cool. Here are the 45s. There's one. Can't explain. Okay, the labels are all different colors. You can see that. White Christmas and I Got It Right. Open Up and Bleed and Money. I Want to Be Your Dog. Joan Jett does a good cover of that one as well. Give Me Some Skin and I'm So Glad. And finally, Scene of the Crime and Louie Louie. A classic, of course. Abe and River, thank you so much. I am going to cherish these and listen to them. I got my listening set out for me this weekend. I'm very humbled and very flattered that you thought of me and you sent this over. So thank you very much. I appreciate you watching the videos, and I will most definitely enjoy these releases. I will report back in a future video with my thoughts. Cheers, guys. All right, 33ers, that is today's Friday update. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that whole Nirvana situation. What the heck is going on there? Otherwise, I hope you have a good couple days. I'll be back on Sunday with a new video. Until then, keep on spinning.